Wow. 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 Frank Lampard has been sacked by Chelsea Football Club. Frank Lampard has been sacked by Chelsea. Today, Monday, the 25th of January, a lot of us haven't even been awake yet. I was, luckily. I was just awake, chilling, doing my morning thing. Hadn't even had my bloody coffee yet. Still bloody haven't. And what do I get sent to my phone? Matt Law tweeting, Frank Lampard expected or will be sacked by Chelsea. Announcement expected today. Wow. Wow. And then you should sit there as a Chelsea fan. And last night we was all a slight bit happier than we have been for a while. Because even though, yes, it was only a championship side, hey, at least we won. At least we won, and it wasn't even as dirty as it was against Fulham. And we got that win. And what happens now? We go and sack Frank Lampard. And I think I myself, same as a lot of other Chelsea fans, just stuck in a difficult situation because none of us wanted Frank Lampard to ever get sacked. None of us do. All of us love Frank Lampard. Whether you rate him as a manager or not, all of us love Frank Lampard. So we never wanted it to get to this. We never wanted it to come to this situation. And here we are now. Frank Lampard has been sacked. I will read out the Chelsea club statement to you in just a minute's time. Even Roman bloody Abramovich has given his statement. As far as I'm aware, that is the first ever time for a manager sacking that there has been a quote by Roman Abramovich given to the sacking. That shows you the level of that Frank Lampard is held at, I guess. And it's just tough, I decided to do this as two streams because we are expecting Thomas Tuchel to be appointed later in the day. I will make a separate stream for that almost, whenever that happens, because it just becomes too much to talk all about it in one go. So if you're here right now, I really do appreciate it. I know a couple of other people are streaming already. I have streamed already. I was thinking maybe wait for the Tuchel announcement, then I had other things to sort out. So my bad, guys. My bad. Kind of only kicking myself in the butt with that, really. But, if you're here, I really do appreciate it. Subscribe to myself if you haven't already. That'd be absolutely sick. Smash the like button. And, of course, if you want to make sure I see any of your messages, please don't hesitate to use the super chat function. But, of course, you don't have to. So now let me get up the statement by Chelsea Football Club and read it out to you in case you haven't seen it. No, I'm pretty sure all of you have seen it, right? But let me just quickly summarize it. It's not exactly a long statement either. They put it out not long ago saying Chelsea Football Club have today parted company with head coach Frank Lampard. This has been a very difficult decision and not one that the owner and the board have taken lightly. We are grateful to Frank for what he has achieved in this time as head coach of the club. However, recent results and performances have not met the club's expectations, leaving the club mid-table without any clear path. And then Roman bloody Abramovich said, and that is still crazy to me, this was a very difficult decision for the club, not least because I have an excellent personal relationship with Frank and I have the utmost respect for him. He's a man of great integrity and has the highest of work ethics. However, under current circumstances, we believe it is best to change managers. On behalf of everyone at the club, the board, and personally, I would like to thank Frank for his work as head coach and wish him every success in the future. He's an important icon of this great club and his status here remains undiminished. He will always be warmly welcomed back at Stamford Bridge. The club will be making no further comment until such time as a new head coach is appointed. And honestly, sort out my internet. I'm pretty sure my internet's fine, mate. Would be very surprised if the issue here is my internet, mate. Lag. Bloody hell, I'm lagging. It's my internet. Why am I lagging? Don't think anything's going on. Is it good now? Is it good? Is it good? Is it good? Ah, thank you. I don't know what happened. My internet is good. I have good internet, so I don't know how that happened. I do apologize, ladies and gentlemen. I strongly do apologize. Don't really know what I should have done about that. So please put in the chat what is the last thing you heard me say, because, yeah, my bad. Why does this always happen? Why does this always happen? I don't know why. Why does this always happen? No lag from Namibia. No lag from Namibia. Sick. Anyway, so I was going through the club statement that Chelsea. Bro, read the Athletic article. I have, but it's bloody in screenshots. It's 34 screenshots. club statement. It's fine now. All right. Maybe StreamYard or YouTube, they want me to read out a club statement. Anyway, let me quickly go through it again. Basically, Chelsea said it's a very difficult decision to sack Frank, but the recent results have left and performances have not met the club's expectations and leaving the club in mid-table without any clear path to sustained improvement, which I thought was an incredibly harsh way of wording it. And then the statement by Roman Abramovich saying this was a very difficult decision for the club, not least because I have an excellent personal relationship with Frank and have the utmost respect for him. He's a man of great integrity and has the highest of work ethics. However, under current circumstances, we believe it best to change managers. On behalf of everyone at the club, the board, and personally, I would like to thank Frank for his work as head coach and wish him every success in the future. He's an important icon of this great club and his status here remains undiminished. He will always be warmly welcomed back at Stamford Bridge. And honestly, it's tough. It's a tough situation. And I think all of us agree that we didn't actually want this to happen. I'm not sure if you remember back to this time when obviously Sarri was still in charge and, you know, the rumors started popping up that Frank Lampard might be appointed as Chelsea manager. And I was never 100% convinced, not because I didn't necessarily believe in Frank. Maybe I shouldn't have, but not necessarily because of that, but just because I knew he didn't have experience. He didn't have anywhere near enough experience. And I don't want to have to live through the moment when Chelsea sacked Frank Lampard. And it was inevitable. It was inevitable that it would happen at some point. The only question was, would it happen under good terms and after, say, we win the Premier League and something? Or does it happen like this when we're, 8th, 9th in the Premier League table, hoping to still get top 4 somehow, definitely anywhere but the title race, and, you know, in the Champions League about to face Atletico Madrid with, you know, just questioning everything, honestly questioning everything. And you sit here and you're like, what on earth do we do now? I put it out on my Twitter. I put it out on my Instagram as well. Just thank you, Frank Lampard. And Yusuf said, I don't look angry. No, I don't look angry because I was just more so surprised. Because after losing to Leicester, I expected Frank to be sacked. That's what I heard before the game, that if he loses, he will be sacked. And then he wasn't sacked. But hey, now we sit here and we know why he wasn't sacked, because the club was simply trying to figure out, you know, who to get in as a replacement, and that will be Thomas Tuchel. There will be an announcement probably later on today by Chelsea. I will probably be doing another stream for that later on. But it's just tough. It's heartbreaking. And why are we in this situation? See, there is so many sides to look at this. I would quickly touch on the Athletics article earlier, which was probably the longest article I've ever seen in my life. I will touch on that in a minute. But there is so many different ways to look at this. First of all, Frank is inexperienced, but that's not Frank's fault. The club should have known that when they appointed him. But maybe the club always just appointed Frank to see however long it lasts, and then he'll be gone anyway. But then you also see situations like Ole Gunnar Solskjaer at Manchester United not even going to use the Arteta situation as at Arsenal as an explanation or a reason, because, you know, that's not been long enough to see whether that will go well or not. But Ole Gunnar Solskjaer should and could have been sacked about 15 times at Manchester United already. He hasn't. Then they've now beaten Liverpool in the FA Cup last night and they're top of the Premier League. That is a way it can go. But obviously another way it can go is everything getting worse and worse and worse and worse. And then you're in an even worse position. And obviously you don't want to be in an even worse position now, do you? So that's where we are. And I mean, the Athletic said that even last summer, you know, they were already told if Frank starts losing 4 or 5 games on the bounce, he'll be gone, no matter what. Last summer, that was the situation already. It has been said that his relationship with Marina Granovskaia has drastically deteriorated. I didn't see anybody insulting Roman Abramovich, but of course, no one should ever insult. No one should ever insult Roman Abramovich. And Raheem, I will do that later on in the second stream of the day when Thomas Tuchel will be announced. And we'll do all of that, and I will get into a lot of detail on this situation. By the way, also, Jody Morris has been sacked. Jody Morris has been sacked alongside Frank Lampard and will not be part of the coaching staff anymore. But let me get back to the Athletic article, which said that, like I said, there was already debates. There was already the rumors going around that Frank basically doesn't have any security in this job at all. You know, as soon as he starts losing a couple of games, he'll be gone. And that, in my opinion, isn't quite fair. But the fact that his relationship with Marina Granovskaia deteriorated drastically is interesting as well. And apparently, it all started last January. Apparently, that's when it all started. Even in his contract negotiations, when he first was appointed, there was certain issues going on because he apparently had from a different club, don't know where, lucrative offer on the table, meaning he already told Derby County that he was leaving, meaning it left him, in a tricky situation in negotiating with Chelsea, meaning he was paid a lot less than any other managers we've had recently. Of course, also explained by his lack of experience, fair enough, but still. And then the January transfer window came. We were struggling a little bit. The transfer ban was overruled, at least half to only 1 month, 1 window of transfer ban. And he wanted players. He wanted Timo Werner. He wanted Hakim Ziyech. None of that happened. Hakim Ziyech was confirmed not long after that. But it wasn't quite enough. And then in the summer, we started spending all of these players. And Frank Lampard was used to positive effect to get some of these players, where there was Havertz, where there was Werner. But apparently, the only player Frank Lampard really wanted at the club signed was Ben Chilwell. Apparently, he wanted James Tarkowski from Burnley rather than Thiago Silva. But not that he had an issue with Thiago Silva, it just wasn't on the cards to even be an option. So when Thiago Silva was brought in, he was not upset. And apparently also a big reason why things deteriorated was reportedly the situation around Kepa Arrizabalaga. Of course, our club record signing until Chelsea did manage to sign Kai Havertz last summer. And Frank Lampard reportedly, according to Kepa, wasn't giving any technical instructions, wasn't helping him through his bad patch, barely talking to him. And Marina and the board itself, they were like, come on, try and help the guy. But Frank was pushing for a replacement. Apparently, actually, at the start of the season, things actually got a little bit better. And he did start talking to Kepa and things got better, but then Mendy was signed anyway. And at the start of the season, we know how bad Kepa was. Should we blame Frank for not using Kepa with his performances? Personally, I don't. I think it's totally understandable that he wanted a new goalkeeper, because look at him being sacked now. Obviously, it happened anyway. But if the situation was he would be sacked 4 or 5 losses in, and Kepa makes it more likely that you lose 4 or 5 games in a row, but then it's understandable that he doesn't want Kepa in goal, isn't it? In my opinion, it is. And then things apparently got worse. His chase for Declan Rice, which the club aren't particularly a fan of because of the embarrassment of signing someone for big money that you let go as a teenager from your academy. The club weren't really sure whether that's a good idea. And Frank Lampard kept pushing it. The Athletic stating that before the transfer window opened back in December, they were told that if Frank keeps pushing this, he will lose his job almost regardless of results. But the results got bad anyway. I mean, we were top of the league after we beat Leeds United early in December. Top of the league. Highest goals scored. I think it might have even had conceded the least goals in the entire Premier League. And then result dipped. The Everton game. The Wolves game. Yeah, okay, the West Ham game we won 3-0. The Arsenal game. The Aston Villa game. The Manchester City game. And apparently after City, that's when Roman started to be absolutely triggered. And that's when things started to be absolutely on the edge. And yes, Frank Lampard has been sacked officially by Chelsea Football Club. Guys, if you're new here, please be sure to subscribe. That'd be massively appreciated. I've checked yesterday. Of my watch time, 46% only of you are subscribed. So over 50, or roughly 55% of you aren't subscribed. So please be sure to subscribe. But of my actual views, only 20% of my views come from subscribers. So if you're here right now, there's a good chance only 20% of you are actually subscribed. So please help me, because if that is true, we'll hit 10k subscribers in a week's time. So please go down below and smash the like button for me. Cheer me up. I'm having a tough time here. I'm having a tough time here with this situation that Frank Lampard is in. Has been in. I don't know what I'm saying. Bloody hell, guys. It's not easy. It's not easy checking out this content for you guys in every situation, because bloody hell, we got bloody shafted. And it's a tricky situation for me to be in. I'm telling you guys, it's a tricky situation for me to be in, because I love Frank Lampard. I absolutely adore Frank Lampard. I'm not sure what I'm doing with this lighting here, to be honest. But anyway, Thomas Tuchel is not quite yet confirmed, not 100%. I am one of your earlier subscribers. My brother. Really do appreciate that, bro. Let's respect, please, and stop using the word sacked. We parted ways. That sounds better. Well, no, we respect Frank, but let's not respect the decision too much that he was sacked. I mean, I respect it, but let's not point it in a way that it shouldn't be pointed at. Any which way. Yeah, the Declan Rice situation, he was pushing too much for that. The club weren't the fan, and then the results dropped. And the Man City game was apparently the turning point for the board. And that's when Marina Granovskaia started figuring out replacement options and making phone calls and sorting situations out. There was calls to Julian Nagelsmann from RB Leipzig. There was talks with Ralf Rangnick. There was talks to a lot of different people. Petr Cech was also involved in this whole situation, explaining maybe why Frank Lampard got snapped so hard when Liam Twomey, or however I pronounce his name, sorry Liam if I butchered it, triggered so much when he was asked about Petr Cech in the press conference ahead of the Luton game on Friday. Maybe that is an explanation. And then the Leicester game happened. And apparently that was the last straw, and Roman Abramovich was very, very unhappy. Reportedly, Ralf Rangnick actually turned us down because we offered him an interims role until the summer, presumably with the plan to then get Julian Nagelsmann from RB Leipzig in instead of him. Ralf Rangnick turned us down. We never wanted Allegri. We never seemed to be seriously interested in anybody else other than Tuchel and Nagelsmann, and as a short-term option, Ralf Rangnick. But those weren't available. Of course, Thomas Tuchel had been sacked by PSG, and apparently that's what Marina Granovskaia went for. And now we're in this situation. I will again talk more about Thomas Tuchel later on. Don't worry. And it's our team. I've seen that. I've seen that. Don't worry. Thoughts on the Athletic article. I think it was a very interesting article. I think to come back to apparently Frank Lampard shook hands of players after the Leicester game, him knowing that he was going to be sacked, and almost was surprised that he was still in charge for the Luton game. And apparently there's also these stories coming out that Frank didn't speak to players. And a lot of them, other than the ones he liked, he didn't speak to them for months on end, which isn't a good situation. And as the player he was, maybe should have done a little bit better, because he should know about these issues, that they are real issues. But then there was also the side of the article that claimed things like Frank Lampard, if it wasn't Chelsea Football Club, he would have left in the summer, because he felt like he was pissing against the wind. He felt like he wasn't being supported. He felt like everything here was against him, and it was just a working environment that he wasn't happy with. And if it wasn't Chelsea and his love for Chelsea, which, honestly makes me emotional now, even just talking about it, let alone when I read it, he would have left just because he felt it wasn't the situation he wanted to be in. But because it's Chelsea, he tried everything in his power to make it work. And he was happy after the unbeaten run, at the end of that unbeaten run, and things were going good. And he was pleased, and he was thinking things going in the right direction, even though he told the Chelsea board, we're not going to win the league this year. But they were getting closer and closer to it, regardless. And now here we are, and at the end of the day, the decision was taken, and now we're without Frank Lampard, and we're in the situation where he helped us drastically in signing some great players that, in my opinion, will bring this club forward drastically. Whether it is Timo Werner, no matter how much I believe in him or not, I'm still 100% to be confirmed on him. But Hakim Ziyech, Kai Havertz is one of the best young players in the entire world. And the fact that we have him at the club is to some extent thanks to Frank Lampard. Even though he wasn't exactly asking for him, he helped get him. And the fact that he promoted more youth players to the first team than any other Chelsea manager has ever done before is also a huge, huge credit that needs to go to Frank. Absolutely has to go to Frank, because look at the situation right now. Yes, we have Werner and Ziyech and Havertz and Chilwell and these players. But look at our proper star players that we have. Or not star players, our best performers this season. Reece James, Mason Mount. I mean, Callum Hudson-Odoi at the moment. Tammy Abraham is the highest goal scorer with 4 assists as well, I'm pretty sure. These are things that wouldn't have happened without Frank. But we have a first donation of the day. Again, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to make sure that I see what you guys put into the chat, please use the super chat function. Nikhil, I'm not even going to try to pronounce your surname, and I probably already butchered your first name. I massively apologize, bro. But he's saying, greetings from Sydney. Love that. Arsenal fan here. Not so sure I love that. But you love my channel, so I love you again. Still feel a bit sorry for Lambs. Results didn't help, though. Lamb's great at working with young players, but not at dealing with big egos. It sure seems that way, my brother. It sure does seem like that. And what our team just said, I can't imagine how gutted players like Mason and Tammy are. I think more so Mason more so Tammy than Mason, because Mason Mount will start for Chelsea week in, week out, no matter who the manager is, because that's the player he is. But unless we play 2 up top, under a manager that isn't Frank, I assume the starting striker will be Timo Werner, not Frank, not Tammy Abraham. Someone said, when do you think is Tuchel going to be announced? Do you think tomorrow? I think actually later today. Izad saying, stop being emotional. Board no more than us. Let's move forward with Tuchel. Oh, we will. But I'm here currently to talk about the situation with Frank Lampard, aren't I? I'm pretty sure I am. So that's what I have to talk about, my brother. That's what I have to talk about. But that wasn't it. That wasn't it. Apparently, there was not a total revolt, but there was issues with the players that they were feeling that they weren't given enough tactical instructions. That at times they were told, just go out there and express yourself. But Frank Lampard's plan all along from when he came in, he knew the situation under Mourinho, under Conte, and under Sarri was always, as soon as things go badly, the players down tools and don't work anymore. They don't believe in each other. They don't believe in the manager. And Frank wanted to change that structure. And we will have that structure still as an issue under Thomas Tuchel, under whoever comes in. Even if Julian Nagelsmann comes in, we will have this issue because it is an ongoing issue at Chelsea Football Club. And that issue needs to be changed. I don't disagree with the sacking of Frank Lampard. Do I think this now is the best time, the day after we bloody beat Luton? I don't know. But I do understand why we had to sack him. We absolutely had to do it. There was no other way. We need top four to build, to get to winning the Premier League again, to get to challenging for the Champions League again. We needed progression. And right now with Frank Lampard, we weren't getting progression. So we needed it. We desperately, desperately needed it. But it still hurts. And people need to understand that. You know, if you think I'm just being too emotional, yeah, brilliant, he's gone or whatever. Yes, of course. But it still hurts because he's Frank, and I don't understand how people can't understand it. You know, the only one that would be worse to me is John Terry. And I know that not even everyone agrees with this. For some people, Frank Lampard is even the worst one. It's honestly, it's tough. But Frank does have a point. You know, the players always do this. We saw it at the Leicester game. Yeah, okay, you don't believe in the manager, but believe in yourself and keep trying. It's at the end of the day, you paid millions to try, to play, to run, to... But then there's also the other side. And they think, okay, they want to be successful and they don't feel like they're going to be successful with Frank Lampard. So they almost subconsciously down tools. I don't know. But if there's issues between this board, between the dressing room and the manager, it can't work. And the problem is that our dressing room is certainly very, very inclined to create these issues. Even though so many of the players that had the issues with Conte, other than Aspie, I'm pretty think all of them are gone now. Compared to the Conte team, all of them other than Rudiger are gone now. Pretty sure. And compared to the Sarri team, all of them other than Rudiger, Christensen was down to Conte as well. Who was there for Sarri already? Obviously, Kepa, Christensen, Rudiger, Aspie, Kovacic. Well, Kante, obviously, I forgot about him. My bad. Giroud. Yeah, anyways, it doesn't matter. But a lot of these players are still here. Not all of them, but a lot of them are still here. And it is an issue that we have. I'm not saying we need to get rid of all these players, but I do need this issue to stop being an issue. Do excuse me. Yeah, no, what Red Pill said is true. It absolutely is true. The players weren't playing for Lampard. They absolutely weren't. But guys, we have over 540 people watching, 560 people watching, which I love so much from you guys. If you're new here, please, please, please be sure to subscribe. I will be doing another live stream later on today. I'm not sure whether I'll be by myself again or whether I will have a guest on talking about the appointment of Thomas Tuchel. I will talk about that once it happens. I will do a little bit of research to try and explain, how he plays football. But please be sure to subscribe for that and check that out later. And smash the like button right now. And again, if you haven't already, if you want to say something, because there's so many people watching, I can't respond to every chat message. Please use the super chat function to make sure that I see your chat message. But yeah, if the situation was as the Athletic claim it was, then the situation was impossible to ever succeed. Frank even almost wanted to leave last summer. Last summer, think about that. Last summer, he already wanted to leave, but because he loves Chelsea so much, he stuck around. That is so incredibly difficult. That is so incredibly difficult to hear and to deal with. And the start of the season wasn't bad, but recently it just had to be done. You know, I was intrigued because if Frank knew he was getting sacked, why was he trying to change the system now? That is weird. It's weird because obviously the reports do suggest that after the Leicester game, he was going around the dressing room and shaking the players' hands, almost saying goodbye. And that was the vibe around the place. And obviously, he tried a slightly different system in that, and then he goes again with it and tries it again yesterday. And it's like, did he think he wasn't getting sacked anymore? It's a difficult one. It's an absolutely difficult one. Do you think Tuchel will be announced later today, or is he not in the UK yet? I don't know. I think it obviously depends on certain rules that the UK has right now, how easy it is to enter the country. But I strongly assume that Chelsea decided to sack Lampard after Leicester. They didn't just decide this morning, right? So with sacking him today, I would assume that Thomas Tuchel is already here and will already be announced, because we play Wolves on Wednesday. It's bloody Monday. We have 1 day, or this afternoon session, if this happens with the new coach. So, do you know what I mean? You have to think about that. You absolutely have to think about that. So I assume Tuchel will be announced later. Do I know what formation Tuchel likes to play? Well, mostly it is a 4-3-3, if I'm not mistaken, with obviously at PSG having Neymar on the left and Mbappe up top, Di Maria on the right, and then playing a 4-3-3 with very dodgy players in midfield sometimes. He played Draxler as an 8, he played Di Maria as an 8. He obviously plays with Marquinhos sometimes as a DM. Obviously less so now that Thiago Silva is gone, but he did last season. He has obviously Idrissa Gueye from the former Everton player. He has Paredes, who we were linked under Maurizio Sarri. So, you know, there is a crazy one. Connor G saying caretaker for Wednesday. No, I don't think so. I don't think so, because had this been a caretaker situation, I think we would have sacked him after Leicester had a caretaker against Luton and then had Tuchel appointed for tomorrow, or for the Wolves game. Because this clearly wasn't a decision after Luton. I mean, we beat Luton, so clearly they didn't sack him after the Luton game. This would make this would make absolutely no sense. This would make absolutely no sense. You're destroying the team and exerting negative pressure on the team. Lampard, to achieve a good start to the season, he does not have a great goalkeeper and excellent defense. I don't know whether you're talking to me or someone else. Do not agree with this. Fair enough. Fair enough. I mean, Terry ain't coming. Terry ain't coming. Lampard's love affair with Mount was worrisome. Mason Mount is one of our best players. Mason Mount is one of our best players. Mason Mount is a better footballer than Timo Werner. I don't care what anyone says. Kill me for it. Kill me for it. Mason Mount is better than Timo Werner. Different position, but, you know, still better. Kill me for it. Like I said, kill me for it if you bloody want to. Still believe in it. Any which way. Let's move forward. Where do we go from here? First of all, what happens Wednesday? What happens Wednesday? Will Thomas Tuchel be in charge again? I will be doing another live stream on this topic later on. So please be sure to subscribe. We nearly have 700 people watching. Big dub from you guys. Big dub from you. So please be sure to subscribe if you haven't already for another stream talking about Thomas Tuchel in depth, tactically, and all the sort of details that there could be around that. So please be sure to subscribe. Smash the like button right now. Cheer me up, because I'm having a bad day. I'm having a bloody bad day. Well, obviously Suarez Werner. I mean, that's the most obvious statement I've ever heard in my life. No, he's not. He's not. My bad. Roma did the right thing. CFC English fans, if you like him or not, truth needs to be told, not good enough. The players don't want to play for him again. I'm not even English, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not even English. I'm actually from Austria. I am from Austria. I'm not English. Yes, I spend a lot of my time in England. I speak to people from England every day, but I'm not English. So, you know, for me, this this English fans and these Stamford Bridge people, that one don't go for me. That one don't go for me. But ladies and gentlemen, if you have a couple of more questions that you want me to ask, that you want me to talk about before we leave this here in, you know, I don't know how long, but, you know, I just want to keep going because there's so many viewers and shit, which is the wrong thing to look at it. But hey, we're small creators. We need to do our thing. We need to absolutely do our thing. So ladies and gentlemen, please use the super chat function if you want to make sure that I see your message. It doesn't have to be a lot. Use like $2, £2, whatever, $1 even. I don't know what the smallest is you can use, but, you know, we'll have to wait and see. Just use that. It's our team saying, do you think Tuchel will play Ziyech as an 8? Mate, I think that's impossible to judge right now. I think that's impossible to judge. Personally, I think, I mean, he might. You know, he might do. But I don't know. What happened with Czech? Now, he will still be at the club. He will absolutely still be at the club. But Jody Morris has left the club. We will have to wait and see whether the likes of Joe Edwards will leave the club as well. And, you know, when Tuchel comes in, who he brings with him. Tuchel will play Werner and Havertz for sure. Obviously, it will be so funny. Mount starts every game on a Tuchel, bro. He will. Obviously, he will. Has to. Good luck for Chelsea. Hope you find a good run of results, but just take your hands off Dembouz. I don't know who Dembouz is, but okay. Since he did that with Di Maria. Yeah, he did that with Di Maria, but it's not like he did that every game. Do you know what I mean? Like, he only did it every now and again. Mason Mount is a top player that for some reason people hate, that has made it Frank was not given time, that he was wrong. What? Don't know what I 100% agree with this. Mason being captain for Lampard's last game. Pain. Pain, but also wholesome. Yeah, Jody left. Well, Jody had been left. Jody has been left. Laurenz, how will you feel if the players suddenly perform in the next game? Won't it be an insult to Lampard that if they didn't play for him? No, you can't see it like that. You can't see it like that because different approaches. There's, you know, there clearly was a lot of tension going on at Chelsea, right? There clearly was a lot of tension in the club right now. So even if you try to do your absolute best, if the tension is lifted and a new manager is coming in, things ease up a little bit and you're not so pressured anymore, and that's why they will play better. They absolutely will play better. Maybe not quite against Wolves so drastically, but against Burnley, I'm strongly expecting that. But Ken Berry has thrown in a $2 donation. I appreciate that a lot, my brother, saying Frank established new backbone for Chelsea FC for 10 plus years. And yeah, you are not wrong. And it's kind of, Jose Mourinho did a lot for Chelsea in his first tenure at the club, winning 2 Premier League titles back-to-back, winning the league titles, winning an FA Cup. But not just that. Essentially, his team won us the Champions League. He brought us Petr Cech, Didier Drogba, Ashley Cole. And he didn't bring Frank Lampard, but he made Frank Lampard the brilliant player, the second best player in the world in 2005. You know, at least he won that award. John Terry, let me not forget. There was Makelele, there was Ballack. Was Ballack after? Ballack was after, wasn't he? But still, there was Makelele, there was Carvalho, there was Bosingwa, there was Ferreira. This is what Jose built for us. And it could be that Frank built this for us now. Werner, Abraham, Reece James, Mason Mount, I guess to some extent still N'Golo Kante, Billy Gilmore, Ben Chilwell, possibly Tomori if his loan goes well, and you know maybe Tuchel likes Tomori and he comes back in the summer. Who knows? He rejuvenated Kurt Zouma. I mean, Kurt Zouma's career at Chelsea was done, and Frank Lampard brought him back. So you have to see the small positives. And I'm not even saying we shouldn't have sacked him. We probably should. It was probably the right decision to sack him, but that doesn't mean it doesn't hurt. It doesn't mean it doesn't hurt. And Lepartage, if you're gonna spam, you're gonna get put in a timeout. Don't spam, ladies and gentlemen. Don't spam. It's not gonna happen. I mean, yeah, you're laughing, but like I touched on so many times, I'm not sure if you're old enough to have seen Didier Drogba in his first season at Chelsea, but he struggled a lot. Tuchel sacked. Tuchel has been sacked a long time ago. Lampard tactically not good enough. Yeah, he might not be, bro. He might not be. At least the ball won't go back to the goalkeeper constantly. Bro, people were complaining about this under Sarri. People were complaining about this under Conte. People were complaining about this under Lampard. Watch other games. A lot of clubs do this. What did the Athletic state? I don't know on what, but I kind of spoke about all about it. That there was issues between Frank Lampard and Marina Granovskaia, that the players and especially particular Kepa were part of the issue, that even Petr Cech was trying to figure out with Marina a replacement option since the defeat to Manchester City, and the defeat to Leicester was then the final nail in the coffin, and then it was decided. And it's a tough one. If Fergie was 20 years younger, if Fergie was 20 years younger, then he would still be in charge of Manchester United probably. Are you a top 4 contender now then? I always thought we were still a top 4 contender now. Is this the right time to change your manager? I think, Elmedi, the situation is that it's interesting. The situation is that I think we were still top 4 contenders already. But at some point, you have to make a change when you don't feel like it's going to happen. And realistically, when you look at the last 6 or 7 games, did you see an improvement? I didn't. Yes, we scored a brilliant 3rd goal against Luton yesterday, but sadly, there was never a guarantee that this would work against Wolves too. But hey, you know, we have to wait and see. I saw a couple of questions, and where's your question gone? Where's your question gone? How do you feel that Arteta lasted longer? Yusuf, that's a tough one. I'm telling you, that's a really, really tough one. Did you enjoy the Liverpool versus Manchester United? That was a good game to be honest. It was fun. And no, it's our team. No, there won't be any in-depth analysis today. I won't be doing three streams. I'm happy pro. I don't know what you're saying. But again, ladies and gentlemen, we still have 634 people watching. I assume it's people coming in and people going out. So please be sure to subscribe if you haven't already. Put some questions to me that I need to talk about. I will be speaking about Thomas Tuchel's appointment later on today or tomorrow, whenever it happens. I assume it's going to be later on today. I'm not missing anything, am I? No. Absolutely not. So I will be doing a stream and an in-depth analysis of what Thomas Tuchel does later on today. So subscribe for that, and that's it. I heard he already arrived in London. That's what I would have assumed. Tuchel's probably gonna get sacked if he doesn't get top 4. I'm not sure about that one, but you know, cross spam. Yeah, cross spam. It's this record of people watching for you, Laurenz. You've never seen this many. I'm not sure. It might be on my channel, you know. It might be. Yeah, it might be. Obviously, in Blues fans, we've had a lot more, but you know, Tuchel will be sacked if we don't get top 4. I don't think so, Red. But that is crazy. Why did Werner decline so badly? I don't know, bro. That's an almost impossible question to answer, in my opinion, because there's so many factors that play into it. He had certain limitations as a footballer. He's never going to be the best dribbler. He's never even going to be the most consistent finisher. But he has the pace, and he didn't use the pace, and then his confidence started dropping, and he couldn't finish even worse than he usually does. And it's a crazy one. It's an absolutely crazy one. Tuchel has been spotted in London, according to Bild. All right, Diego, thank you. German Sky have confirmed Tuchel to Chelsea. Oh, no, we know it's happening. Don't worry. I mean, Matt Law has stated it's happening. It's just not official. We know Thomas Tuchel is going to be in charge. Werner is fundamentally a limited footballer. That's precisely it. If Frank beefs with Marina, I can't see Tuchel lasting much longer. See, that's the thing. If Frank Lampard can't get on with bloody Marina Granovskaia, at some point, do we have to question whether Marina Granovskaia needs to maybe work on her, I don't know, aggression issues a little bit, anger issues, I don't know, anger management. And I'm not saying she did anything wrong. I massively rate Marina Granovskaia, and I think she's the reason, one of the main reasons why in the tough situation, whether it's the global situation or whether it's the difficult seasons that we've had over the past few years, but we're still in such a good position squad-wise, is her. But still, maybe she needs to work on her anger issues a little bit, because if you can't get on with Frank and you can't get on with any other manager before that, maybe the issue isn't always them. But hey, she's in charge, she will call the shots. So fair play. Frank would have turned this around if given time. Who knows? We will never ever know, sadly. What players do you think lost that manager now? Do you think fell out and got ignored by Lampard? Well, I mean, we definitely know it's the likes of Alonso. We know it's probably, I assume he probably didn't talk much to Tomori. But I don't know if he would have talked that much to Callum Hudson-Odoi, to be honest. I don't think he would have talked much to Emerson, even if he played him at times. Kind of the same, I reckon. Wouldn't be surprised if the same goes for... Well, Kepa I definitely didn't talk to. Yeah, I don't know. It's a tough one, but there will definitely be a few. Tuchel will probably win us the league. He wins it in France. He wins it in England with, well, PSG rule France. I don't know. Yeah, no, I'm not sure about that one. But we'll see. We'll see. Why do you think this new coach is good for Chelsea? Any reasons? He's a good manager. He's a good manager that is tactically incredibly intricate. That knows what he's doing. He's incredibly adaptable. That has learned how to deal with massive egos at PSG. That he has learned that. You don't get bigger than Neymar and Mbappe. He already has a bit of a connection with... he has a connection with Thiago Silva. He has a connection with Christian Pulisic. And I'm sure he will form a connection with Havertz and Werner, and probably also Rudiger very quickly, just because they're all German. So those are all positives. Those are all positives. But there is obviously the one thing that I will touch on later on that is a big negative to Thomas Tuchel, which I want to hear his side of the story from. I heard Kovacic wanted him sacked. He might have done. But for Kovacic to want people sacked, maybe he needs to start playing proper football at some point. Happy that Mason Mount was the captain in the last game. I agree. Yeah, Tuchel is the last guy that will ever play Alonso. I really hope Alonso never makes the squad either. That'd be funny. At least Tuchel will promote youth as well. We'll hope so. We'll bloody hope so. Did you see Danny Drinkwater posted? He posted a picture of him doing the knee slide at Leicester in the morning around when reports were coming out of Frank Lampard being sacked. Disgraceful. Did he? Tough one. I mean... Fair play, Danny, to be honest. If Tuchel plays Alonso, I would be Tuchel out the same. Lampard to achieve a superb performance in the Champions League. Let's not forget that. I don't know. Kovac has been our best player of ours over the season. I could not disagree with this more. And what Melinda has said, ladies and gentlemen, smash that like button right bloody now and subscribe if you haven't already. We're going to keep going for a little bit longer. Use the super chat function if you want to make sure that I see your chat message. It's for absolutely, like, you don't have to, obviously, but if you just want to chuck in a £2, $2, whatever, that's more than enough. Just then I can be absolutely sure that I see your message. Tuchel will be a total failure, mark my words. Wait, you're going to say that about every manager though, aren't you? Alonso is far better than Emerson, mate. No. Alonso is the worst player to ever play for Chelsea Football Club. Owen Rudiger probably one of the main pushers. No wonder Lampard kept playing him. I don't know. Do you think? I don't think Lampard is one of the guys that if someone pushes so harshly against him that he starts playing him then to please them. I don't really think so. Collab with Dami later. I might do. We'll see. We'll see whether he's available and shit. Bro, I'm watching this while I'm online lesson law. Big up yourself, my brother. Big up yourself. Big up yourself. How can a board justify like a Frank after a month and a half of bad results? Bro, Jacob, I don't know. I mean, realistically, if you look at it, it makes sense. I mean, we're only 5 points off top four, but 5 points of Liverpool. Liverpool have the capabilities more so than we do to change around their fortunes. And around from the rest of the top four, we're very far away. And let's not kid ourselves into the upcoming fixture list that we've got coming up. Liverpool, Manchester United, Atletico Madrid, Tottenham. So many incredibly difficult games. You've gained 50 subscribers live, my brother. That's what I like to hear. But we have 500 people watching. I guarantee that not only 50 of you are not yet subscribed. So make sure you smash that subscription button. Like it says over here. Wait, where is it? There. Subscribe right now. Do that. Come on. Hit the subscribe button. Cheer me up. Make me happy. And, you know, make us all have a bit of a dub of the day. Read the Athletic article. They wanted an excuse to sack him. No, I did. I did read it, my brother. I don't know why I'm saying my brother all the time today. I'm having a weird one. Hey, I'm even hungry. I'm starving. I'm telling you, I haven't eaten nothing. But, you know, I did read the Athletic article. They did, like I said, even in the summer already, the situation was as soon as he started in 4 or 5 games, they would find a replacement. And then they were almost like surprised by how well things were going, which is crazy to me. But hey-ho, it is what it is. I'm excited for Tuchel's tactics. To some extent, I am as well. And no, I don't watch Ratman. I don't have time to watch these things. Frank started really good over Zuma recently. Yeah, it's a weird one. I know, but it's weird. Look at Arsenal coach Arteta still not sacked. Yeah, but that's because they don't have standards, and that's why. Would have been nice to have a manager longer than 2 seasons. Would have been. What do you think of the new defense player Mbuyamba? Well, I think he's an incredibly young player, 18-year-old Dutchman. That won't be in and around to start the first team for a little while longer. Also tore his meniscus, I'm pretty sure, a day or two after he joined the club before he ever did a proper training session, and now he's finally back in training, so I felt really bad for him. But I hope he can do a bit more. Then obviously when development games start going again, he can play with them a little bit and then probably go on loan. And hopefully in a little while, he can be one of our first team defenders. And not when I try to click, Femi, yes, it is official. Frank Lampard has officially been sacked. Maybe this was Roman's trick, to make players come because of the manager and then to get a new manager. Hey, Yusuf, you might not be wrong. The club definitely know what they're doing. They definitely exploited everything as much as they possibly could. They 100% exploited it as much as they possibly could. But, ladies and gentlemen, I've just checked. We're at 187 likes, but we have nearly 500 people watching. The people are slowly but surely, you know, leaving the chat, leaving the stream. But I get it. I've been talking for a little while. But can we hit 200 likes right now? Come on, that's just 13 likes. 13 of you. Go down below and smash that like button for me right now. Please, ladies and gentlemen, do that. Use the super chat function. Subscribe if you haven't already. That'd be sick. Because there's so many people in the chat still. I can't see every message. So if you want to make sure that I want to see your message, use the super chat function. If we get bounds on a Tuchel, we're back in the title race. We're not back in the title race. There's no chance. No. Okay. Do you think the new manager will keep playing with Hakim Ziyech? I mean, you're not sacking Hakim Ziyech now, are you? That would be crazy. It'd be crazy. I know Mateo Kovacic will certainly not play instead of bloody Mason Mount. They're the most 2 different players I've ever seen in my life. Just a Mount is better than everything other than tackling, other than dribbling, and maybe press resistance. Do you think Tomori knew Lampard would be sacked? If no, would this have impacted his decision? Personally, I don't think so, because I mean, obviously, right. Obviously, we always think of this, oh, Rudiger's German, so Tuchel will like him. Do you not dislike anybody from the same nationality as yourself? So, yeah, maybe. But Thiago Silva will 100% be a starter, right? We know that. And you have to assume Zuma gets it as well, to be honest. So I think it doesn't actually make a difference. I don't think he knew, but I don't think it would have made much of a difference. Yeah, Roman is clever. Chelsea have been a beast for over 90% of his ownership. Absolutely have. I give Tuchel 18 months and he's gone. Well, good thing that reported he's only signing an 18-month contract then. Will Chelsea win this Premier League? This season, absolutely not. Next season, we might have a chance. Do you think Jorginho will get a chance? Well, I don't think we're selling him now, so I think he'll get a little bit of game time, yeah. Abramovich waited to sack Lamps, so he lost game, he could be a win. I don't think so. Chiller, bloody hell. What's going on? Foolish decision, yeah, fair enough. Did Tilo Kara play a PSG? He's German. He did. He even played a right back, even though he's not a right back, so you know. True. Do you feel that Tuchel will be a good fit at Chelsea and win us trophies? Alex, I will talk about that in a later stream whenever Tuchel is announced. Let me say, I don't miss that. Hasn't been happened yet, but Tuchel will probably be announced later on today. And whenever that happens, maybe tomorrow. But whenever that happens, I will go in depth about Thomas Tuchel. Trust me, I will do. Our first 11 won't change. Tactics will, though. First 11, it might change slightly, you know. It might change slightly. Depending on what you see as our first 11, because Frank didn't really have one. Will we still buy Rice? I don't think so. Strongly think no, especially after what the Athletic said, that the club were even actually getting a bit annoyed with Frank pushing for Rice so much. Do you think Tuchel will use Gilmour? I think he will use Gilmour more than Jorginho, probably, eventually. But we'll have to wait and see. We're going to become the new German national team. No, we're not. No, we're not. Tuchel is so different to Jogi Löw. Can't be compared at all. Timo at the wing for so long and recently started really good with definitely political moves. Timo on the wing was a political move? I don't think so. Do you think we will still get Haaland over the summer? Who knows, bro? Who knows? Who will be the assistant? Yusuf, I don't know. I would assume that Tuchel brings his assistant. I haven't done that research who his assistants usually are, but we'll see. Feels banned. Don't know what you're saying, but hey, Tuchel still prefers 4-3-3. Yes, he does. Feels sad, but I don't know, man. Oh, yes, exactly. Hey, Timo, how you doing? Lampard needed to go. He was tactically inept. He shouldn't have never given the job. Hope he'll come back later. That's the thing. Frank Lampard might come back as a Chelsea manager in 5, 6, 7, 10 years. I think there's a good chance he will. Hopefully as a better manager then. And here we have another donation. $5 by Owo King. My man, how you doing? Why should Will cry? Why should we cry for Lampard? He spent 250 million and you could not be top 6. 250 million, we are 9th. We don't even have a top 11 under Lampard except Mount. First of all, thank you for the donation, my brother. I really appreciate it. And you're not wrong. Like, you're not wrong. Things had to be better. Things have to be better. I don't even disagree with the sacking. I just think we should have sacked him after City. At that point, we might as well have sacked him after City. Yes, it would have been even harsher. But if you're going to sack him, you should have sacked him as early as you could, basically. So that was that. What was your favourite moment during Lampard's managerial time at Chelsea? I will tell you this right now. Let me get it up on my phone. Give me a second, ladies and gentlemen. Give me just a little second. I just got to scroll to it. I don't know which video is a good one now anyways, but let me get a good picture up here. So, here we are. This. It's not going to focus, is it? How the flip is that happening then? This. Ajax away. Ajax away in the Champions League last season. I was there. That was so sick. That last-minute winner by Michy Batshuayi. The limbs that proceeded. Honestly, one of the craziest things I've ever experienced in football. It was absolutely insane. I loved it. I absolutely loved it. Mount first to get benched. You bet 1K. Bro, come on. Show us your balls then. Show us your balls. Donate $1,000 to me right now. Right now. And if you win, I'll give you them back. If you're right, you're going to win. Give you them back. Tuchel is a good manager, but he's questionable character. For sure. For sure. Questionable character. Do you think they want to sign new players? I don't think we'll sign anybody new in January now, but I think we will eventually. Yeah, should have let Tuchel have the Luton game as a stepping stone. Yeah, I agree, but it probably wasn't quite done yet. So, yeah. Can't forget the double over Jose. True. I was even at the Spurs game, the second one at the Bridge. I wasn't even at that game. That was also sick. But the limbs in Amsterdam, because if you've been lucky enough to go on European away days, they're the best. They're the best games. You have this trip. You enjoy a different city. Amsterdam is a sick place in the first place, and it's just sick. Like, it's better than a home game for me anyway. And even though I have to travel to London, so that's me. Your YouTube money not enough. Well, I can give him back 1,000 quid, so it can't be that bad, is it? Do you want Mount first to lose his position? No, I will. I will bet with you that Mason Mount will start more often than not for Thomas Tuchel. I'll happily bet with him. I bet the two of them Mount to be benched. No, ladies and gentlemen, why is it? Rise to Chelsea. Your thoughts now? Not happening. There's no chance. I mean, the Athletic article even said that the board were triggered and annoyed by Frank Lampard consistently asking for Rice, that they were really unsure of spending a lot of money on getting a player that they released from their academy not too long before that. So definitely happening. Do you think Thiago Silva will stay in Chelsea after his contract finish? Yes, I do, because I think it will sign an extension, or rather, we have the option to extend his contract. So he will definitely stay for 2 years. David Ornstein tweeted. What has he tweeted, bro? Where's he tweeted? Let me go check. David Ornstein. Has anyone retweeted it? Thomas Tuchel is currently in Germany, subject to, okay. Should be in London within, okay. Okay. Information for you, ladies and gentlemen. David Ornstein, journalist for The Athletic. Listen, everybody, and subscribe if you haven't already. Listen. David Ornstein, journalist for The Athletic, did just say Thomas Tuchel currently in Germany, subject to a negative test, should be in London within 48 hours. 48 hours would just about give him enough time ahead of the Wolves game. But from the sounds of it, someone else will be in charge against Wolves, which is a stupid move. Just let Lampard be in charge for Wolves then, and then you could have sacked him after a defeat, for flip's sake. That's stupid. Chelsea working on quarantine situation, but hope he'll be exempt as joining elite sports environment. Announcement likely on Tuesday. So most likely the announcement of Thomas Tuchel will be done tomorrow rather than today, which is interesting. So I will be doing a separate live stream on this tomorrow, which I'm very much looking forward to. But ladies and gentlemen, I don't know what else there is to say, really. Again, if anyone has a super chat that they want to chuck in, to make sure that we discuss a certain thing that you want to talk about, do that right now, because otherwise I'm gonna leave it at this very, very soon. Connor G, yeah, bro, to be fair, you did tell me we'll be a caretaker. You absolutely did tell me. You absolutely did. Bradley saying, are you worried about Billy not being given a chance? I don't really know. It's a tough one. It's difficult to judge. I think there will be chances every now and again, especially against Barnes in the next round of the FA Cup. Will Chelsea make a signing this window? Personally, I don't think so. Tuchel managed Thiago Silva and this German. Yes. Do you think Lampard knew he was going to get sacked and gave him out the captaincy yesterday as a goodbye? No, because Thiago Silva wouldn't have started anyway. Aspie, to be fair, Aspie maybe could have started. But of the players that did start, it was who would you have given the captaincy to? It was between Mount, Rees, and probably Zuma. So I don't quite think so. And yes, we can still get top four. Of course we can. I said all along we will. I said all along we will. Go take Yasun. What did Yasun say? I didn't see any Yasun say anything. Don't know. Last time for you to rest. Let's go live again later. Diego, yes, let's do that. Don't know why you wanted me to get a rest, but let's do that. Good thing I didn't. Bro. Good thing I didn't. Ken Berry coming in with the donation. Love that from you, my bro. Love that. A lot of fans going to be vexed, disappointed when Mason Mount starts a week in, week out for Tuchel, same as Frank. Yes, they bloody will, my brother. Yes, they will be vexed. Yes, they will be vexed. But hey, let them be vexed all they want. Mason Mount is inevitable. Mason Mount is inevitable. And Mason Mount is incredible. But I really appreciate the donation, bro. I really, really do. Yusuf, I didn't stop talking, did I? I'm sorry. See, we're probably done out here. Do you think so? We'll have to wait and see. Guys, we're actually only 5 points of top four. Yes, we are, but that fifth is Liverpool, isn't it? That fifth is Liverpool, and they will get better again. People concerned about Reece James not starting. If he doesn't start, we riot. Obviously, Reece James will start under Thomas Tuchel. There is no chance he doesn't. Connor, not a Chelsea fan, but love your takes, and I love learning more about football, more and more about all teams. Bro, Connor, you're a fair dude. I love that from you. I love that a lot. Really, really respect that and love that. And Danny seems to be in the same boat. Fair enough. Who will charge the game coming? I don't know, because so far only Frank Lampard and Jody Morris have been relieved of their duties. So if Tuchel actually isn't in yet, probably Joe Edwards, I would assume, but I don't know for sure. Mason Mount is inevitable. Yes, he is. Mason Mount is inevitable. Who will replace Frank Lampard? Thomas Tuchel will. I really just hope Ruben Loftus-Cheek still has a chance here. Bro, I will never in my life give up on Ruben Loftus-Cheek until he retires. No, I will when he turns 28, but not before that. I think Werner is the type of striker Tuchel wants. Yeah, he's a bit like Mbappe, just obviously not as good anywhere near as much. Kept a manager against Wolves. Yeah, no, I'm a big fan of that. I'm going to leave it on that. Oh, no, I won't. We have a donation by Rebez V2. Norwegian crowns, 20 Norwegian crowns, I'm assuming. If this form doesn't change, it is on the players for sure. But let's be honest, we had that situation last time around as well. Last time we sacked the manager mid-season was when we sacked Jose in 2015, in December 2015, on the 19th of December 2015, actually, I'm pretty sure. And results did get better, and that was with good hitting. So, but I really appreciate the donation, really do. I have no idea how much that is in euros or pounds or dollars, but hey, I love it anyways. So I love that. Do you think there will be any outgoings right now? Maybe Alonso if we find a bid for him, but other than that, no. After Wolves loss, are you Tuchel out? Me? No. But bro, I wasn't even Frank out all that bad. I was never Sarri out. I was only. After the Costa situation, Conte out. I was never Mourinho out. I'm not the guy to call for a manager to be sacked, but hey, we'll see. Apparently, Tuchel will be in the dugout in the Wolves game. Sky Germany. Oh, will he now? Kesten Barakta. Love that. Okay, thank you. Thank you for that information. Do you think Tuchel is the best replacement? I think Tuchel is the best current replacement, yes. I don't like Ralf Rangnick. I would, long term, have preferred Julian Nagelsmann. Don't get me wrong at all. I would have preferred that. But he's not available right now. He's working at Leipzig. We won't get him mid-season. So with that said, Tuchel is probably the best situation. Bar one thing. Certain, what's the word? Accusations by Demba Ba about Thomas Tuchel. If those things are true, I'm not having that. I'm not having that. Are you worried about £2? Love that from you, my brother. Love that. Hey, it doesn't matter how much. Even if you gave me 2 cents, I would still love you. Why did we not give Lampard time? Because games weren't quite there yet. After at least his last game was a W. Your thoughts? Now, see, I agree with this. I agree. It's not quite as bad. I had a good time yesterday. The interviews by Mason and Tammy after, I enjoyed them. I was very happy with all of it. I was very happy. One thing I would touch on, and that is the last thing I will touch on. Another manager sacked to Chelsea because they lost against Leicester. Yeah, fair dude. Fair play. I don't even know why you hate us. I mean, we won you the Premier League title. I thought we were all bros. Why I don't like Ralf Rangnick? Because he works at RB Leipzig and he's an absolute dickhead. Sorry, but he is an absolute dickhead. I don't want anything to do with this man. Absolutely don't. No, long term, as in I meant if Lampard was given the chance till the summer, then I would have, out of Tuchel and Nagelsmann, I would have preferred Nagelsmann. That's what I was trying to say. No. Allegri wasn't even ever an option. Allegri was never an option confirmed by the Athletic. It was never going to happen. Will Mason Mount play? Yes, he will. RR is amazing. Get in the bin. Ralf Rangnick? No, he absolutely isn't. Absolutely isn't. You hate Leipzig so bad. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I really do. But guys, the last thing I will say is that I forget about it now. Oh no. What did I? Bros, I forgot what I tried to say. You killed my train of thought. How the flippers that happened? Come on, Luz. Think of it. I'll get it in a second. Come on, wait. I will get there. Don't leave. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Smash the like button and leave your thoughts in the comments down below if you're watching this later on, whatever Nizar Kinsella tweeted. Did he? Thank you, Morris Kids. What has he tweeted? Oh no, he just retweeted. Thank you to Johnny Morris. Bloody hell, I can't. Oh yeah, no, I can't bloody remember it. What is this? Oh, now remember. Thank you. So, what I didn't like today was the fact that Chelsea, that the announcement by Matt Law that Frank Lampard would be sacked came out before the players were told. The players were only told to not come into training this morning, but to come in the afternoon instead. The players were not told that Frank Lampard would be sacked before the public knew. And I don't like that. I don't like that attitude from the club. But we have another €20 donation. I mean, you're a legend, mate. You're an absolute legend. But Amarillo66 saying Tuchel has a pretty decent league title record. He won it 2 times with PSG, and maybe there's hope, perhaps. There is certainly hope. There is always hope, my bro. There is always hope. And Thomas Tuchel is a decent manager. He won the German Cup with Dortmund, which is not an easy task. People always say you need to win things. Playing against Bayern Munich, winning things is incredibly difficult because Dortmund and no other club in Germany have anywhere near the same funds as Bayern Munich do. Even Leipzig don't to some extent because of certain financial rules that exist in the German Bundesliga. So it's very, very difficult for Dortmund to compete with Bayern Munich on a regular basis. But he went to PSG, did better there than any other manager has ever done there before. Any other manager. I'm not sure whether he had more league points than that. Doesn't matter. But he got them to the Champions League final. The best that any PSG manager before that, and that was including the likes of Carlo Ancelotti, has ever got them to, and that was with better teams than they have right now, in my opinion. The best they ever got to was the Champions League quarterfinals. Now they got to the final. So Tuchel is a good manager. There's just a couple of things I'm not 100% sure about, but I can't decide who we appoint anyway, can I? So, at the end of the day, we have to do what we have to do. But yeah, again, thank you for your donation. Honestly, massively appreciate that. I really, really do. Do you think Massimiliano Allegri is better than Thomas Tuchel? No. Farmers League titles. Yeah, Farmers League titles, yeah, but he got to the Champions League finals. Do you know what I mean? Rafinha was offered interim. Yeah, that's a weird one. Well, it's not weird if you think about it in the way that we wanted Nagelsmann in the summer and just wanted Ralf Rangnick until then, and obviously Tuchel is going to take an interim role. So I think that was the thinking behind that. Apparently, I was about yeah. Oh, did you Okay, because I read obviously the article as well, and they did say that, but I didn't realize they meant at Chelsea. Then I'm so glad that didn't happen. Bloody hell, I would rather shoot myself than have Ralph Rangnick as part of our club properly. This club will never learn. Sacking before giving them time. Support to adapt will never work. Chelsea will never win the Premier League if they sack managers in 5 minutes. What? We won the Premier League 6 times doing that. I don't know what you're talking about. What was it, 6? It's 5. But still, what are you talking about? Anyways, will we buy a centre back in the summer? Probably, but we'll have to wait and see. I can't give you money, but I will give you my support by subscribing. My brother, I love that. Even though you're a Real Madrid fan, I hope you're treating Hazard well. Don't be harsh to him. Don't be harsh to him. And that's going to be the last thing that I'm gonna leave it at that. Thank you guys for watching. We had a lot of people tuning in. I really do appreciate it. Again, if you are new here, please be sure to subscribe. Like I said, of my views, only 20% come from subscribers. So if there's 330 of you watching right now, less than 100 of you are probably already subscribed. So please be sure to subscribe right now. Smash the like button if you haven't already. How many likes are we on even right now? 266. Everyone that is still here, smash the like button already if you haven't yet. I do have a stream on Erling Haaland over on my channel. Check that out a couple of days ago, so make sure you check that out. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Really do appreciate it. Really do appreciate every single one of you that has tuned in. If Tuchel is announced today, there will be a stream. If he's announced tomorrow, there will be a stream tomorrow. I'm not sure whether I'll jump on Lewis's stream or someone else's or doing something else today. We'll have to wait and see. But ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys for watching. Up to Chelsea, and I'll see you next time. Oh, and thank you, Frank. Thank you, Frank. Thank you for everything, Frank. Forever a legend, forever one of us, and forever Super Frankie Lampard. As much as I understand the decision, he will always be one of us and always be our legend. And now we just hope things get better for Chelsea. It's upwards and onwards. Thank you guys for watching. Subscribe, and I'll see you next time.